Are we live? Live? I think we are. We're 3 minutes in. 3 minutes. Let me just set this bad boy. Ah! That way we know. We know what's going on. We know what's going on. Let's see. This day in history, mind bending. Oh! No way, no way, no way. Whoa, that's huge. Man. What? Yep, good. Good. Just reviewing everything with you guys. No way, bro. Oh, there's such insane stuff going on. I know that's actually pretty fantastic, but today's Tactical Tuesday, I feel like is going to be way better. Great reframe. Oh my gosh, bro. Oh, what? We have to save time for this. We have to save time for this. Oh my gosh. Okay. Just reviewing the show notes for today, and it's going to blow your mind. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That is the 1 minute alarm. Woo! Once that goes off, we have 30 seconds, though. We have 30 seconds. Oh my word. That 10th story. It's a good one, man. It is a good one. A good. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. You know what that means? We don't got much time. We don't got much time. We don't got much time. Come on now. Come on and hang out. Make sure that I am on Starlink, which I am. Uh-oh. There it is. Oh. Can I get a... Can I get a... Oh, it is definitely a woot day. I see somebody on right now. Is that you, Justin? Dave or Justin? One of you get on there and give me a little shout out. It says chat disconnected. Didn't successfully reconnected. Okay, good. We're on. We're on. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Well, good morning, business builders, and welcome to Business for Breakfast, where business is the most important middle of the day. I'm your host, Aaron Novinger, the Venti Business Guy, otherwise known as VBG. Our goal in the show is to make you 1% smarter today by unpacking business news over the last 24 hours, sprinkle with tips and tricks to help you mind your own business. All right, you beautiful peeps. I know that you're not here for me, to be honest with you. We all know you here for the morning mark. Okay. But the thing is the reason why you love it is because there's no prompts required, no drinks, no gear. It's just you and a functioning brain. We'll work with what we've got. Wherever you are, desk, truck, kitchen, job site, standing or sitting, it doesn't matter. Pick one thing you will finish today, not a list, not 10, not 3, just one. Now, mark it mentally and write it down. That is the line in the sand. That's the thing the day doesn't get to erase. This is the pause that sharpens the edge, the moment that turns noise into signal. It's the tiny act that makes business owners dangerous in a good way. That, my friends, is your morning mark. All right, my beautiful peeps, you drive, I dive, buckle up, buttercup, and let's roll. Let's roll. Justin, so good to see you, bro. We are good to go. Oh, thank you, bro. You have no idea how much ministry you are to me. When I say ministry, helping people suffer less, bro, you are ministry for me. Thank you, sir. Now, we have an insane show for you guys today. This is Tactical. That's why it's all green, okay? And you guys know either I build you a zero to cash flow business in 90 days, starting with less than $1,000, some service based business, or we talk like tips and tricks to help you be more efficient running your business. And today, trust me on this, is going to blow your mind, your face, and your head off your body. Wait until the end. About halfway through, I'm going to need a little bit more time today to break down. Are you ready for this? How you can take 40 hours of hiring and do it in 4 hours a week, 1/10 the amount of time. I am going to show you how to do it today, and you are going to be floored. But I'm telling you right now, hang on because, yeah, we'll get through this day in history. We'll talk about some amazing, juicy news, but wait until we get to the HR plate because your mind, your head, and your brain are going to just fly off your body because it's going to be that awesome. Now, can we talk about this day in history? All right. Are you guys ready? Get ready. Have your mind blown. Remember, every day we do the show, we are live talking about the news for today, being Tuesday, April 28th. Okay. So, this day in history, you guys ready? 1686, the first volume of Sir Isaac Newton's Philosophy Naturalis Principala Mathematica. Clearly, this is like Greek or Latin or Italian. I don't even know, bro. It could be Spanish. I have no idea. But basically, the laws of motion and universal gravitation is published. This day in history, 1686. And you guys know the agreement that we have. If you guys laugh or learn, we have a handshake agreement. That's me with a rubber glove shaking hands with you that has a rubber glove. That right there means that you, if you laugh or learn, you have to like and subscribe. Okay, just make sure we're on the same page. Okay. All right. What else happened this day in history? No way. No way, bro. 1947, Norwegian explorer Thor Heyerdahl and crew set off from Peru in the balsa wood raft Kontiki, proving that ancient people could have crossed the Pacific. Bro, haven't you always wondered that, bro? Like Vikings, I've watched so many Viking YouTube videos talking about how these dudes did what they did and no fire. And these boats, basically, there was nowhere to go in these boats. You can't go like underneath. How the Vikings, bro, they were just cut different, bro. People that thrive in cold are just cut different. I think you guys would agree, bro. You see some of these guys like, oh, bro, 4 degrees. I'm walking out with a t-shirt. Okay. You just different, bro. What else happened this day in history? Oh, one, Dennis Tito becomes the world's first space tourist, paying 20 million to fly to the International Space Station. 2001. No way, bro. Crazy stuff. What? This day in history, 1789, the crew of HMS Bounty mutinies against Captain William Bligh in the South Pacific. This day in history, Saddam Hussein is born in Tariff. You guys remember that dude? This day in history, 1945, Italian dictator Benito Mussolini is captured and executed near Lake Como. 1945, Matt. 1952, the Treaty of San Francisco enters into force, formally ending the U.S. occupation of Japan. No way. And bro, wouldn't it be interesting to find out why it was called the Treaty of San Francisco? I'm going to find out right now. And you guys know I love going to um, Gemini for this stuff. Why was the Treaty of San Francisco called this? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Known as the Treaty of Peace with Japan, was named after the city where it was signed. No way, bro. No way. No way. Wow. Insane. Because it was signed in San Francisco. What else happened this day in history? 1969, Charles de Gaulle resigns as president of France. You want to talk about some insane birthdays? Ready? Ready? Okay. Here's some biggies. James Monroe, fifth president of U.S., author of the Monroe Doctrine. Yep, birthday. You want to know what? Lionel Barrymore, Oscar-winning actor, Mr. Potter in A Wonderful Life. Shut your face. If this dude is related to Drew Barrymore, literally my favorite movie with one of my favorite actors. Hold on a second. Is Lionel related to Drew Barrymore? Dude, if they are related, my mind is going to be blown. Related to Drew Barrymore. Shut up. If that's grandfather, I'm freaking out right now. Great uncle. No freaking way. Did you guys know this? Barrymore acting dynasty. Yes. Lionel Barrymore with brother John Barrymore, one of the most acclaimed actors generation. John Barrymore was Drew Barrymore's grandfather. Drew Barrymore, John's son, was Drew's father. What in the rizzle is happening? What? Did you guys freaking know this? You guys know. You learned something, you got to like and subscribe. You guys know how this thing works. But dude, my mind is blown, bro. I had no idea Lionel Barrymore, Mr. Potter, literally, like Pottersville from It's a Wonderful Life, is the great uncle to Drew Barrymore. The whole family is like actors. What? Insane. Wow. Okay. Freaking mind blown right now, dude. Like mind blown. Okay. Who else? Jay Leno's got a birthday today. Penelope Cruz. Jessica Alba. Yes. Yes. Okay. Here's our national days. Oh, come on, bro. Come on. Okay. Okay. Are you guys ready? And you guys know in the comments, you got to tell me gold, silver, or bronze medal winners of the National Days fun facts. So today is National Superhero Day. Wear that damn cape, okay? Put on the mask, right? But dude, go watch a season of The Boys on Amazon Prime. Last season's out. I gotta get caught up, man. What else is going on this day in history or this national day? It's National Bravehearts Day and also Workers Memorial Day. Yeah, bro. It's also National Blueberry Pie Day. There's 4 national days. Bro, this never happens. Okay, you got National Superhero Day, National Braveheart Day, Workers Memorial Day, and National Blueberry Pie Day. I thought National Superhero Day for sure was the gold, but after I see National Blueberry Pie Day, ooh, bro. Oh, can there be 2 gold medals? Okay, there can't. Okay, I know you're right. You're right. You're right. Okay, I still have to go National Superheroes Day as the gold, but right behind it for silver is National Blueberry Pie Day. Then bronze. Got it. I love my military, bro. National Braveheart Day. It's got to be the bronze. Now, it's not because it's not important, but National Superhero Day and Blueberry Pie Day, yeah, love you, Bravehearts, but that's a little bit more important. I think you guys would agree, right? Okay. First of all, did you guys get blown away with this day in history? I freaking knew you would. I knew you would. Now, you guys know if you like and subscribe, you guys, you got to like and subscribe if you laugh and learn. And so that's always our handshake agreement. And by the way, you guys know we do this show every day when I'm not traveling or sick with freaking COVID. And it's really designed to be like a church service for us business owners, man. Us independent thinkers, man. There's no politics on the show. We don't talk about left or right, red or blue. We'll talk about politics when it affects us, but we don't play favorites. You know, I've been independent for 15-ish years. I call it how I see it. And to be honest with you, my heartbeat is that of our business owners. So for me, this is like a daily place for us to come and hang out, learn a little bit, laugh a little bit, maybe cry a little bit, right? But in the end, we want to be encouraged, we want to be inspired. And we don't want any of the propaganda that kind of tears us down because in the end, we get up every day and do impossible things as mom and pop venti shop owners. And we need a place of refuge. And that's what this is about, man. And by the way, if you guys need help with your business, go to accountingplusaccountability.com. That's accountingplusaccountability.com. You'll see a couple things, man. One, there's a little gold button up there that says talk with AA Ron. That's me. You can schedule a call to talk to me about really anything you want to talk about. I spend half my week consulting, strategizing with our owners, clients, non-clients. I just love doing it. Let's see. Scroll down a little bit. There's a place to ask a question. Also, go to the YouTube channel to see past shows. Also, you'll see on the page a couple things. One, we're the only accounting firm on earth that has a 2x profit guarantee, but it's because we're the only accounting firm on earth that has account managers dedicated to partnering with you and holding you accountable to your financials every month. Delivers the financials, talks to you about your financials. We document the last month's stuff, and then we talk about how we can profit going into next month's stuff. Man, we're the only one that focuses on the future as much as we do the past. And also, you'll see, scroll down a little bit more. We also assign you into peer advisory groups, right? It's your own personal board of directors, your own executive council. We do it, for you guys, to be honest with you, because in the end, nobody helps us. We kind of on an island by ourselves. We're like the movie Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the Island of Misfit Toys. We're like a misfit toy, man. In this show, in your peer advisory group, basically, you start seeing other people like you, and you're like, wait a minute, I might be weird, but I'm not the only one that's weird, right? Right? That's what I'm saying, man. Okay. Now, we've got to jump into some juicy news. Juicy news. Juicy news. You know I can't say juicy news without saying it 3 times and singing it. You just know it's just part of the deal. But wait until we finish up with juicy news. And we've got insane news today. But when we get into Tactical Tuesday, which is juicy, I am going to revolutionize your business because today we're spending time on plate 4, which is the HR plate. And by the way, just so you guys know, I am wrapping up my book, which is the Mama Pop Venti Shop Survival Guide: How to Keep the 7 Plates Spinning. You guys know we talk about the 7 plates like every day because we owners have to spin all those damn things because nobody helps us, and we're not big enough to have additional resources of people and or talent to be able to spin one of those plates for us. So as an owner, we have to spin all those damn things ourselves. Also, give you guys an update. You guys know that every we do our annual pedaling against Ponzi's bike ride. And so the last few years, I've done it for the victims and the families of the Star Grower Ponzi scheme. And here's the back. This is last year's shirt. This year is going to be more color themed based on the days of the week. So Monday will be blue. Tuesday is going to be green. Wednesday, which we know is Wasabi Wednesday, which I freaking love that day because it's just talking tea and gossip, which I'm Italian. You know we love that crap. Okay. But that's gray. Thursday, which is royalty. It's Yo Day. It's Treat Yourself Thursday, which means it has to be purple. And then Friday will still stay red because that's Good Friday, which means it's the day of love, gratitude, appreciation. That is Friday. Okay. So, but Justin and I and Rebecca, here's our sponsors the last couple of years. Love all of them. And to be honest with you, this year I'm the most excited about. First, because Rebecca and I are like dividing and conquering. So Justin gets to go and hang out with me. He's our senior account manager, and I don't know, the dude does everything. The Missouri office. He's not the office manager, but works directly with him. He gets to go, and we get to hang out. He gets to go as a navigator, as Rebecca stays back, runs the day, the accounting firm, and handles all the PR, which, trust me, is insane. It's about 6 weeks, and we go a million miles an hour. It flies. But it is absolutely mind bending, and it is definitely worthwhile. So we're looking to leave kind of around Memorial Day, maybe like the Monday following Memorial Day, whatever that day is, and then heading out. I want to leave before it gets too hot, or I have to wait till after summer and then leave in the fall, like around Labor Day, which I don't want to do this year. Because I want to plan an anniversary trip for Rebecca and I. Anyway, can we talk about juicy news, please? I need to give you guys some updates, but let's talk about what's going on, bro. I mean, you got to understand. So here's story number 1. The Fed day 1, the Federal Open Market Committee begins meeting today and tomorrow, and they're deciding on. I swear, the federal funds target sits at 3.5 to 3.75. The poly market Fed Watch puts a hold at 99%. And you guys know the freaking poly market predicts better than anything on planet Earth. But it looks like they're going to hold. But again, You got to understand, Jerome Powell is still in until May. This dude has been playing, especially after Trump went and visited the new Federal Reserve $3 billion building. Was like, yeah, he's like, I could have built this for 500 million, and basically starts auditing the build process and where's all the money going. Yeah, him and Jerome have not been best friends for a few years, to be honest. But that dude's out in May. And we know what's happening when he gets in a new Mr. Orange Man supporter that's running the Federal Reserve. Immediate interest cuts. Immediate, bro. 0.5. I'm telling you right now, I can't be the only one saying this, but as soon as the new Federal Reserve gets in there, probably June 1, expect an immediate rate cut. I expect two. I expect two by the end of the year. Point 0.5 and then 0.5. I'm expecting by December 31st that what you see today will be 1 point lower. The dude knows how to make money. You can say a good or bad about Mr. Orange Man, but the thing you can't deny is the dude understands business and the dude understands how to make money. What else is going on in the news today? Check this, bro. 55% of retailers plan new price hikes in 2026, which I've been freaking telling you about, dude. I've been telling you about. What did we just talk about yesterday? Like USPS rates for priority mail going up. All you guys that have to ship, dude. Okay, I got to tell you guys something. You guys know that I do my annual bike ride on. It looks like a Batmobile. Okay, I call it like my blue blinking bobsled. It's a Velomobile, okay? And it's this particular one, and a lot of them are actually made in the Czech Republic. So every year, I always have like a parts like resupply that I have to order from the manufacturer. And my particular manufacturer is called Wow, WAW. And the bike literally gets wows everywhere it goes. And it's insanely aerodynamic, which makes pedaling a lot easier. But I tell you all that because I had to order. So last year on the bike ride, I've got these carbon fiber wheel covers that go over the front wheels. And believe it or not, it makes a big, big difference in overall efficiency. Okay. Now, last year when I was in Oklahoma, I was on a 2-lane road and an 18-wheeler was coming this way at me. And as he passed me, the dirty air blew like under the bike and blew off one of my wheel covers. Blew it off. Like kapow. And by the way, these things were Velcro. I'm not exaggerating. Rebecca and I spent like an hour. I knew the exact 5-mile stretch it blew off because every 5 miles I would check. And I was like, it's right between here. We spent an hour up and down, up and down. Could not find this freaking wheel cover. Like, okay, whatever. So I had to order new carbon fiber wheel covers. The wheel covers themselves was like $100. Shipping, $250. Shipping, no, I think shipping was like 3 or 350. It was it was insane. Shipping was 3 times the cost of the parts. Not kidding. Wheel covers, $100. Shipping like 350. And that's during the Iran war, which we know the cost of fuel. UPS and USPS have gone up by, I think it came out yesterday or last week, 6 to 7%. They've gone up in their pricing. USPS has gone up in their priority mail pricing. Everybody's going up because fuel costs, bro. I've been telling you this. And as a mom and pop venti shop, even though I know you hate looking at your P&L, the most important number on that P&L is your cost of goods because it's a number that you can't really personally control, but you can control it in the sense of making sure that you're counting it and you're allocating it properly. Like we do this with our clients all the time. Like every quarter, we evaluate the COGS because COGS, especially like when you're getting like a commodity type of stuff, those prices change regularly. And if you're not modifying what you're charging the customer, this will bite you. And we already know mom and pop, like the mom and pop mortars, right? We already have the leanest profit margins of all business. We know this. And quite literally, if we don't adjust for the price of fuel or the additional trip charges we're getting from the supplier or whatever, it is going to bite us 100%. Make sure you're adjusting it. Good to see that 55% of retailers are adjusting it. That means the other 45% are not paying attention. All of you get something that comes in via a container ship and or a train and or a 18-wheeler, a truck, right? all of those, your fees have gone up, which means yours has gone up, which means it is your job to increase your fees. Are you guys tracking? Okay, good. What else is going on in the news? Check this, bro. 97% of US importers are small businesses. Can I get a woot woot? This is the three woot woot.
Woot, woot, woot.
That's right, three woots. 97% of US importers are small businesses. What? What? Bro, the 2025 average effective tariff was 14.3%, the highest since 1939. But, dude, this is about, yes, it's about the tariffs. Wow. That's why. That's why they're making a big deal about this because tariffs, we've talked about this before. It is the importer, the US based company that has to pay the fee. But what happens is that we all know that all living beings operate by the three P's of primal existence: pain, pleasure, pattern recognition. Pain, pleasure, pattern recognition, which means things that are painful we stop doing and we change our pattern behavior. So this is why this is such a big deal. It's fantastic that small business is it, but at the same time, it's bad because that means that the tariffs are hitting them especially. Okay, especially hard. But in the end, bro, you got to play ball. You got to play ball. And here's the thing, by the way, if you have questions about this stuff, look, man, go to accountingplusaccountability.com. Hit the little gold button up there that says talk with AA Ron. That's me. And then, by the way, if you guys learn anything here or you laugh a little bit, do me a favor. It's a new channel. I'm 50 episodes in. I'm a baby in this thing. But man, like and subscribe. That means everything to me. It means everything to the algorithm. Lets everybody know, okay, this dude is crazy, but I kind of enjoy listening to him. That does everything. So like and subscribe. Throw me some comments, man. I really appreciate it. What else is going on in the news today? I told you, man. News is crazy today. Ready? T minus 3 days. SBA Made in America loan guarantee goes live Friday, May 1. Friday, May, the first SBA loan program dedicated to American manufacturing launches. Come on, David. This is what we've been talking about, bro. This goes live May 1. Bro, he's working with the local SBA chapter because they typically have chapters. And usually the county chapter can basically write SBA for the whole state. And literally, he's been talking with his SBA rep, who basically says, you understand, I have quotas I have to meet for US based manufacturing. Basically, like, I have to give this money to you. Which is just absolutely insane that last year he basically goes to a Brandon Burchard, like Grant Cardone, like mindset, like business conference. Amazing. Comes back a changed man, and then comes back and then literally is like, no, man, my focus has been money and not a higher purpose, which I'm telling you right now, bro, it is the secret to business. If you can get away from focusing on a dollar bill and focusing on a higher calling and purpose, that changes everything for you. And so he comes back, he's like, no, bro, I'm in a very poor county in Missouri where he's at. And he's like, no, I want to be the largest manufacturer in our county because the people that live here are good people and they deserve to have good jobs that pay really well. And I want to take care of the town that's taking care of me. If you don't think he's got a reason to get out of bed in the morning, bro, and now the SBA is throwing money at you, come on, dude. So if you guys need help with this, you want to talk shop, you want to talk strategy, consulting, whatever, accountingplusaccountability.com. Schedule a call to talk with us. Scroll down a little bit. You can ask a question. It's all good. What else is going on in the news today? No way. Class action lawsuits filed against Costco and Lululemon. Well, one of those makes sense because anybody that takes advantage of selling spandex but putting a price tag on it and saying it's better than everything else, yeah, they should have a class action suit. But Costco, words, Costco. Let's read about this, man. It's filed against Costco and Lululemon over tariff refund double dip. Okay. Okay. So 7 plaintiffs, and these are the big ones from Washington, Ohio, California, Pennsylvania, filed a class action lawsuit this week claiming Costco is pursuing tariff refunds while keeping the costs passed to the consumer. Oh, you little buttholes. Yep. Slap the hand, playa. A similar suit was filed against Lululemon in Eastern Michigan. Plaintiffs argue retailers should return the refund money to the customer who paid the tariff via higher prices. Yeah, bro, this is not okay. Like, and I've been telling you guys this, man. You have to adjust your pricing accordingly. But, and by the way, this is not much different than the way these big companies were like, hey, donate $1 to our charity. That money goes right back to the retailer, right? They make these annual donations annually, like based on how much profit they have at the end of the year. They decide on how much money to give away, and then I swear to you, I swear this is legit. This is legit. Then you donate. They'll be like, give like $3 to kids in need. And you're like, oh my God, my heart. I just watched like whatever they call it, one of those like little adoption commercials. And you're like, I just feel like I need to. I'll give $3. Yeah, that doesn't go to the charity. That actually goes back to the retailer to pay them back for the money that they donated December. Yeah, you're just paying them back. You're giving free money back to the retailer. I know, dude. It's a freaking joke. Same thing here, bro. If you're going to play the game of, oh my gosh, higher tariffs, bro, if you're getting the refund, your job is to lower the amount or give a rebate or something. You don't double dip. Being buttholes. You know what? You're going to get it, bro. I have not put this thing on in a few weeks. They're going to get the scarlet letter M for freaking more. Costco, I thought I would never, ever say this, but how did you earn the scarlet letter M? By screwing. And by the way, Costco is one of the top companies for giving the middle finger to like the market and doing what's best for the customer. Like Costco. What? No, bro. Not okay. Not okay. What else is going on in the news today? Oh, 32% of small business owners have already raised prices due to tariffs. Good, good, and good. The rest of you guys are behind the 8 ball. What else is going on? No way. Coke. Oh, so uh, cocoa tariff was removed last November. Like basically the thing they used to make chocolate. Did you even know that there's a freaking cocoa tariff? I mean, Snickers bar is still no, man. I don't know because they keep making the candy bars bigger. So I don't actually know if the price of the candy is going up. Bro, put in the comments if you guys think the price of candy is going up. I just feel like Coke and Coca, like the chocolate and sodas, I feel like do a pretty good job of keeping their prices pretty static. But I could be basically dealing with like confirmation bias here. Okay, so let me know in the comments. But did you guys know that there was a freaking cocoa tariff? It was removed last November, but businesses are still feeling it. Okay, the administration removed tariffs on cocoa and certain non-domestic commodities back in November. But small businesses are still reporting. A Wisconsin chocolate maker interviewed by Marketplace says the cocoa relief helped, but tariffs on packaging, sugar, dairy, and shipping kept the gross margins compressed. Wait a minute. Really? There's tariffs on everything else, but not the chocolate. What? No way, bro. Here's a little homework for you. Audit the top 5 like costs that you have in your business. And by the way, if you want to talk shop about that, go to accountingplusaccountability.com and schedule a time to speak with me. It'll say talk with Aaron, which that's me. Schedule that. We'll talk. Let's talk about this, man, because if you don't have a good handle on your COGS, it can absolutely unequivocally sink you, without question, sink you. Okay. And by the way, if you guys learn or laugh a little, you guys know we have a handshake agreement. That's us shaking hands with the rubber gloves. Your agreement is to like and subscribe. Okay. So just make sure if you're learning, you like it. If you laughing, you subscribing. Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. What else is going on in news today? No way. No way. Shut this. Listen. I've been waiting on this day, bro. Handyman industry demand is outpacing supply. Yes, dude. Long gone are the days where you would basically search for plumber near me. Now, electrician near me, rotor-rooter near me. Nope, and nope. I'm just searching for a handyman. Like the guys that are definitely the cheapest are the guys that have like 20 things that they do next to their business cards. Like, um, do you paint? I definitely can paint. Do you snake toilets? I can definitely snake toilets. Will you help me install something? I can definitely help you install something. What can't you do? I can basically do anything that's handyman related. That is the trade, by the way. Oh my gosh, freaking note on this. Next week, we're gonna basically on Tactical Tuesday. We'll see if it's gonna be next week or not. But we're gonna basically talk. I'm gonna build a handyman business under a grand in 90 days. Yep, that'll be happening. Ho 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 ho! Just get ready, people. Bro, that is going to be unbelievable. Today was good, but us talking about HR and reducing your HR by 1/10, I think you're going to really, really love. Um, basically, the data is basically showing that licensed handyman earning 60 to 80,000 annually with under 1,000 in startup capital. Basic toolkit demands outpacing supply. And by the way, if you guys need help with this, we can get you guys online. We can help you with your sales and marketing play, making sure that you guys show up. This is a big, big deal, bro. Awesome, awesome deal. All right. Let's talk about one more story. Jump into Tactical Tuesdays today, which is reduce your HR from 40 hours to 4 hours. We are going to cut it by 1/10. I'm telling you, when I tell you a lot of times hang out, hang on, because you're going to, today is going to blow your mind. Today will change your business. Mark my words. But let's do this last story, bro. Lisa Cook Supreme Court decision expected by June. So you guys remember the Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook that I believe Mr. Orange Man fired but wouldn't leave the job. So the Supreme Court is considering a separate case involving Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook with a decision expected by June. Um, Economists say the ruling could have a major implication for central bank independence. Really? Okay. Volatility around the announcement is likely to spike short-term interest rates. Way, meaning the variable rate business credit line could swing 50 to 100 bips overnight, point 0.5 to 1 point overnight. If you've got a HELOC business line of credit, floating rate debt, lock in a fixed rate before June. Um, wow. Wow. Basically, look, we've got to make sure that we get this taken care of. Now, understanding that Jerome Powell will be out in May, and the new guy's coming in June, and the new dude is very, very much orange man friendly, which means you're going to see rate cuts for sure. But this Supreme could affect federal independence at stake here. Okay, so let's make sure you guys lock your stuff in. Now, can we talk about the next segment, which is going to be Tactical Tuesday, and specifically how to reduce HR from 40 hours to 4 hours a week? Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready for this? Because I think it's going to blow your mind, your face, and your head off your body. I do. Okay. All right. So I need to explain to you. And by the way, the SOP, the standard operating, the procedures, the system that I'm about to share with you, I developed years and years ago out of necessity. Most of the time, these inventions are born are like out of necessity, right? So this was out of necessity, and what I'm about to share with you has worked for I don't know, half dozen companies that when I started doing this, it works for all companies, construction, accounting, planning, whatever it is, it works. Okay. Now, when I say it works, um, fundamentally the principles work on how this thing nails down. But when we do this, and by the way, we do this whenever we hire, we follow this exact process. And you guys know that I'm a big believer in eating my own home cooking. So if I don't think my food's delicious, if I'm not eating it and not doing it, I'm never telling you about it ever. Okay. Everything that comes out of my mouth is something that we are doing ourselves. Okay. So let me explain to you first and how we start this thing. Let's talk about the running the ad. And I'll tell you, Indeed is like the 1,000-pound gorilla in this space. Everybody goes to Indeed. Okay. So go to Indeed, right? But then when we go to Indeed, what I typically do for the role that I'm hiring for, in my mind, I'm trying to find and put an ad together that would attract me. Like, I'm the person. So, meaning, like, I'm not the one with the skill set, but, like, if I saw this ad, it would be like, I'd be like, "Oh, that's weird. Let me read," right? So, typically what I say is, "Look, whatever, you're applying for, whatever you're about to run an ad for, okay, make sure that you go and, you set it up where." I typically will go on Indeed and look for that same job, in different markets, like, not my competition, but different markets I'm like, I like that part of this ad. I like this part of this ad. I like this part of this. And then I'll go into some AI and have it cleaned up and put an ad together, based off, the job that we're doing. Okay. Like, use this, and this, put it together, whatever it is. Okay. Great. We've got the ad. Now, Indeed, I run my Indeed ads typically, Sunday to Wednesday. From my experience, and again, this is just anecdotal, but just from my experience, Thursday, to basically Saturday are people that are like, "Oh, I've been doing this job for 3, 4 days. Let me just go see what's out there," which is different than somebody that's like on Sunday that's like, "Oh my god, I have to go to work tomorrow." Okay, that is a different motivation. The person's been working and then basically responds to that on Thursday, like, "Oh, this job. Oh, my boss. Mary is such a butthole." Like, whatever it is. Okay, so I run it Sunday to Wednesday, but I, always set alarms because I don't trust my brain. So usually by Sunday morning, I've got an alarm that goes off telling me to turn the ad on. And then I have an alarm set for Wednesday evening, like around 6 p.m., to turn the ad off. Okay. So now I've been running the ad Sunday to Wednesday. I typically will do $40 to $50 per day for the budget. Okay. So now, by Wednesday, I've got a pretty good handle on the applicants because I've been running it really Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and I'll turn it on Sunday like around noon. Okay. I'm like, let people go to church, go to breakfast, and then start complaining about work. And then I turn it on. So, full day Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. And then by Wednesday, we typically start reaching out to the applicants. But remember, I run it till Wednesday night. Okay. So I'm going to get a handful of people that come in that day, obviously. But, I start texting them, and I basically use. I typically will go to Indeed, and they've got a function there that you can basically export all of the applicants. So I export all the applicants, which is great because it also exports their phone number, which I only communicate with applicants via text message only. Under no circumstance will I ever make a phone call, ever, or talk to an applicant on the phone, ever, ever, ever. Hard rule. They have a phone number. I'm not reaching out. Don't care. Don't care. Also, resumes. Um, if you have a service-based gig, unless you're hiring for a very specific skill, like must have QuickBooks experience, right? Whatever it is. Typically, the only time I will weed somebody out, as long as I see customer service experience in there, really, I don't weed people out unless, I do like a geo, centric fence around the office. So typically, if the person has traveled beyond 30 minutes, I typically won't bring him in. It's not like it's a hard fast rule, but for sure not beyond like 40 minutes for sure, because nobody's driving that long every day for a basic service job. Okay. Unless the pay is insane, the bennies are insane. Me, I've just found from doing this for years and years and years to work, it might not stays on board for very long. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Now, run the ad. You've got your applicants. It's Wednesday. We start reaching out. And typically, and I need to explain to you how I do the interview process. This is a big deal. Okay. My interview process, I divide into typically 3 interviews. Okay. Whereas most of the time, you guys are just you have to understand the mindset is different. So for us, one of our tricks is that we hire for life, which means that you're going to think twice before you onboard somebody because you're like, this is the fog's a mirror. I can get rid of any time. I plan on hanging out with this person for decades. They've got to pass the Vegas test for us. Look, we work our tails off. We work really hard. Everybody's high capacity. Nobody has to be babysat or micromanaged. But is this a person that we can go hang out with Vegas for a couple days? Like, are they, they gotta be cool, man. Like, does this person, what about their natural gifts and talents? Is that kind of the role? It's like a big deal for us. So that's the reason why we are very specific on making sure the person lives within a certain radius, right? Because we're thinking about all this stuff and we're planning all this stuff. But Then I bring them to the interview, first interview. And so what I do is I text everybody, and I've got basically 3 different times that I send texts, okay? Meaning interview times. So I'll send a text. Hi, Mary. This is Aaron with Interstate Business Management. You recently replied for our part-time office coordinator position off of Indeed. We were impressed with your experience, and we would like to see if you can do a first interview Zoom call with us, either, and I give 3 times, only 3 times. Okay, so there's gonna be a 9 a.m., a 12 p.m., and a 4 p.m. I don't usually do those on the same day. So usually I'll do like Thursday at 4 p.m., then I'll do like Friday at 9, and then at noon. Okay. So that way the people that come in that I get on Wednesday that are coming in through that day when I send that text message out, they can reply back and still get in for the Thursday at 4. Then I got a Friday at 9 and a Friday at noon. Okay. All right. Now that you've got that nailed down, here's why I do what I do. Okay. This is so freaking important. Okay. First of all, what's the way you normally hire? Okay. Let's just walk through that. You run your Indeed ad. Okay. And then you start calling, and nobody answers because you have to understand nobody knows who you are. So nobody answers a number they don't know because it's usually spam, right? And so what do? Ignore it. Then you leave a voicemail. Maybe they check their voicemail that day, maybe they don't. Maybe it's a couple days before they check their voicemail. Maybe they don't check their voicemail. Okay. Everybody responds to text. That's why I send text messages. Okay. I do not make phone calls. You make a phone call, this is what's going to happen. Okay. You're going to play this back and forth game. It's going to take you 10 times longer to get to the person to get them scheduled if you rather than just sending a text saying who you are, who they are, who you are, what company you're calling from, the job that they applied at, from what location. Indeed. Okay. I've got 3 interview times. I've got a Thursday at 4. I've got a Friday at 9, a Friday at noon, which, oh gosh, those 3 times don't work. Um, Um, I'm not kidding. People will be like, "Can you tell me a little bit about the job?" I will in the interview. That's all what we talk about. I do not get into conversations or debate. It's the same text message. The only thing I change is the person's name, and put their name in the text so that way they don't think it's a spam. Okay. And so I put that in there. And so the person, 9 out of 10, like literally replies back, 9.5 out of 10. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Thursday at 4 is perfect. Great. Okay. I'll reply, great. I'll get it locked in. I've got the time locked in, and then I send, here is the Zoom invite link. That's the second text. Okay. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. A lot of you guys are thinking, do you send a text reminder before the interview? I do not, on purpose, because I want to see if this person has the ability to manage themselves. Somebody that has to be reminded before they get a job to show up for an interview is not somebody that can be on my team. That's a low capacity team member that has been micromanaged. That does not work well for me whatsoever. So this is a test. Okay. And so what happens is that, remember, you got a lot of people you sent that text to who all picked one of those 3 times. So expect 10 to 30 people to be scheduled for interview number 1. And so people come in. And so the funny thing is as soon as the interview starts, like a minute before, I start letting people in, and you'll have a bunch of people in the Zoom that are like loaded up. Enter, you just let them in, accept, accept, accept. And as they're coming in, all of a sudden people are like, hi, 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 hi. And then all of a sudden, within like 30 seconds, people start getting weird, like, okay, strange. I'm thinking one-on-one interview. What's this about? So I'm talking within 30 seconds, as soon as I let everybody in, okay, guys, don't be weirded out. I'm explaining to you what we're doing here. And so I do it immediately because I don't want them like stressing, right? And so the first thing I do is say, hey, guys, you're noticing there's a lot of people. And by the way, I've got a couple other team members that are on this call with me, because they're taking notes on the applicants. I'm the one that has to facilitate like what we're talking about. I don't also have the ability to also take notes on the people. You got to make sure you got a couple other people on that do that. Okay. And also typically on that is doing the role that you're hiring for, because they usually speak last. You talk for the owner, and then somebody that's in the role speaks last. From their perspective, how does somebody succeed in the role? And from their perspective, what is something they need to look out for, that type of thing. Okay. But as soon as we get on, I say, hey guys, our interview process is a little unique. You need to understand for us, whenever you're interviewing for a job or with an organization, it's a two-part interview. Part one, which is what you think, which is the organization is interviewing you to see if, this person's a we person, not a me person. They're seeing if the person's gifts and talents align with the role that they're hiring for. They're trying to see if this person, fits within their vibe and culture, blah, blah. But also you as the applicant are interviewing them as the organization, right? You're interviewing them. Do I feel comfortable working here? Does the role align with my gifts and talents? Does their core values align with my core values? What about their character and that type of stuff, right? So it's a two-part interview. So what we tell them on this one Zoom interview is, oh, by the way, what we do here is simple, man. It's a two-part interview, right? So this is the part where we just get to talk to you about us, who we are, the job, the company, the good, bad, and the ugly of the role. We're going to talk about all that, and you get to be at the comfort of your own environment, taking notes, not worrying about, is my button messed up? Is something hanging out of my nose? Is there something on my face? How's my hair? How's my makeup? Whatever. It's just you being comfortable taking notes. Okay. So for 30 minutes, I talk for 30 minutes about who we are, the values, the role. And then the last 5 minutes or so, I let the team member on who is doing that role talk about the role, the good, bad, and the ugly from their perspective. And if you got a couple minutes, open it up for Q&A for 2, maybe 3 minutes. You only get the 3 questions, period. Okay. And then wrap it up. And before you wrap it up, you say, okay, guys, now my job here was basically to, try to run you off, and I joke, kind of give you the good, bad, and the ugly. But also understand that, this is really designed to have you guys evaluate, is this something that you want to do? And so then I say, now, show of hands, who is wanting to come in? And it's what I tell them. I say, now I'm going to ask you guys to kind of give me a show of hands. It's not to see who wants the job. Nope. The next part of this is for a sit down one-on-one interview with you, where we're talking your resume. You're the star of the show. There's nobody else. It's just us and you. You need to decide if you want to come to that interview right here. Now, mind you, understand that you've already weeded out the flaky people who didn't remember to get on. Also, you have people on taking notes. Is the person on the line taking notes? Are they like zoning out? Are they leaning back? Are they walking around, not really paying attention? Right? That is all the stuff you're looking for, right? And you're going to grade on all that. Okay. So at the very end, people are like, yes, I would definitely have to come in. And I literally, because, I've always got something listening. And so I'll be like, okay, so Mary, I see you. And I'll say their name. I see your hand. And I'll say their first and last name, whatever the Zoom says. And if the Zoom's like user, I'll say, what is your first and last name? Good. I'll have them say it. I'll say, okay, your hand's up. You want to sit down. Great. So I've got all their names. I got all that stuff saved. Don't forget, I've got this spreadsheet that I exported. It's got all their phone numbers and all that, right? By the way, when I do all my texting, I don't do it from a phone. I always do it from my browser. So that way I can just copy and paste. It makes it way easier than doing a phone. But now I've got the names. And then we go to the list of everybody that we had, and we determine who we want to take into that one-on-one. And 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10, we'll take into the second. Second interview is the sit down. And I do the same thing. So and I just did this a couple weeks ago. We had 120 people that applied for our part-time office coordinator role for the Dallas-Fort Worth, the Arlington office. Okay, 120 people. And I did all of this in 4 hours in 1 week. All of it. I sorted 120 people in 4 hours in 1 week. I'm not exaggerating. Okay. I did exactly what I'm telling you. I exported everybody, sorted those that were outside the 30-minute barrier. And then I started texting everybody one of these 3 times. They picked everybody that showed up. I mark, because when they come in, I also say their name too. So that way I know who didn't. Okay. Then at the very end, who raises their hand? Not everybody's going to raise their hand. By the way, you don't want them to do that. And by the way, I also make a joke, because I've been in ministry, so I joke about this all the time. I was like, okay, guys, you're going to see a bunch of hands coming up. This is not an altar call where you feel pressure from the person to your left or right. If they're raising their hand, that does not mean you need to do that. Okay. And I joke about it though, because I want them hearing me and understanding that this is not a feeling the pressure that needed to sit down. If you feel it, let us know. If you don't, raise your hand. Okay. Then I've got the list. Then I send the same thing. The office, I typically will have a couple people in the interview with me. And based on my time and what we're doing, I'll do these interviews. They're always in person, meaning one on one, but based on the office and where I'm at, it could be done virtually. But they'll be in their environment, and we'll have the office manager or somebody else taking notes as well. So that way you get a bunch of different people's perspective. But this when we do the sit down interview, it really is about them, and it's real simple, man. I talk about their work, but my interviews are like a 1 hour conversation. You can't prepare for my interview. And I tell them that too. As soon as I sit down, I'll let them know, look, this is not going to be normal. We're just going to have a conversation. The thing is you can't teach the intangibles. Either you have the gift for this role or you don't. And and I also let them know I only have one rule. I'm going to ask you questions. We're going to talk. Do not give me interview answers. I want to hear your answers, your authentic answers. And trust me, we can tell. And we tell them that. So, but then we just talk to them about work. How long you been doing it? Really? How'd you get into that? No way. How long did you do it for? Wow. Okay. Very cool. And we're just talking. I'll do the next gig. If they're young, okay, tell me about school. What subject did you like? And then we get into more specific stuff. And I ask sometimes weird questions that don't make a lot of sense, but they're all designed to show us who this person really is. Most of the questions and the way I do the interview is specifically designed to weed out somebody that is not a right fit. Okay. And for them to be in a very comfortable, relaxed environment where they don't feel pressure. They just talk. That's it. Okay. Now, now that we've got that dialed in, interview two, I talk. I've got questions that I ask, but I don't ask all of them. And the team actually knows if I really dig the person. They know if we're going to take this person to another interview based on the questions I ask. Because there's certain questions that I ask that I will only ask if somebody like if I'm really, really interested in the person. And everybody that's in my interview process knows this, and they all kind of joke because they can tell. And so anyway, we finish up and everybody's got notes on the people. Okay, so we finish up, and usually it'll be 2.5 days of marathon interview. Okay, so everything that I'm telling you is how to get these people to the interview process, and that's taking 40 hours and doing it in 4 hours. But whenever you're doing interviews, they are back to back to back. But remember, you've already taken them to the very first interview. The people that don't show, the flaky ones who are like, "Oh my God, you're not going to believe it. It's got a random flat tire," those people weed themselves out in the first interview. But if you don't do the first interview, understand your process is going to be reaching out to everybody. Even if you adopt the text piece of what I do and don't even do the phone call, and you don't do the first interview, watch what happens. You'll get all these people set up for interviews. You're going to have way more setup than you need. Okay. So out of the 120, listen to me, out of the 120 that applied, okay, I texted all of them. I took probably about 75, 80 of them, either the ones I weeded out or the ones that didn't reply back to me. Okay. I weed them out, and I took like 75 people to interview number one. Okay. Then at interview number one, based off of who we weeded out and who didn't raise their hand, I had like 30 people that wanted to sit down one on one. 30, 120 to 30. And that was all done in about 4 hours worth of work. I'm not kidding. Okay. So then I've got 30 interviews blocked for basically 3 days. And it's literally 9 a.m., 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like it's just back to back to back interviews. Okay. You will get a couple of those interviews that flake. Was thinking about it. No thanks. Perfect. I want them weeded out. But you won't get half your interviews don't show. These people are flaky. They show up 30 minutes late. None of that. That does not happen with this process. Mark my words. It does not happen. You will get a couple people that no show you, and that's okay. Like you kind of actually want it because it weeds them out, but also gives you like an hour to breathe. Because when you do these marathon interview times, you're not breathing. Like I barely have time to pop a snack because it's back to back to back to back. Okay. But when you get through your second interviews, everybody's got notes of these people. You've got notes, they've got notes. I've got a page of notes on everybody. Okay. So then everybody comes together, and I tell everybody at the end of the second interview, okay, had a great conversation, really dig you. Now, here's what I need to do though. I got to finish my interviews. I've got 30 people I had to interview in 3 days. Okay. We go back to back to back. Now, here's the kicker. Understand that when we finish up here, you're going to hear from us. And usually I'll finish up the interviews by a Friday, or let's whatever day it is, whatever that last day of interviews is. I say, give me a day to kind of process. And so you definitely will hear from us by this day, which is the next day, the next business day. So if it happens on a Friday, it'll be a Monday. If we finish interviews on a Wednesday, by Thursday, they'll hear from us, yay or nay. And we tell everybody, you will hear from us, yay or nay, guaranteed. Okay. But I tell them, yay, it's because we're going to schedule you for the third interview. Okay. If it's a nay, it's not because we didn't dig you. It's just we felt that other people were more closely aligned with gifts and talents for the role that we're hiring for. And we tell everybody, look, the secret to hiring great team members is everybody needs to feel knobbed, needed, appreciated, and valued. And the best way to feel knobbed is to be doing something you're really good at and doing a hard day's work at that. So for us, this is as much about activating this person's gifts and talents as much it is making sure that it's a perfect fit for the role. It's both, because we want everybody really loving what they do, because we hire for life. And so and we let them know, we're going to schedule you guys. If it's a yay, it's to come in for the third interview. And we tell everybody we're taking our top 5 people to interview number 3. Okay. And usually that's a different person that does that interview. So I do the first and second interviews. I don't do the third. That's Rebecca, the office manager, and usually the senior accountant. Okay. That's other people doing the interview, not me. Okay. So, and I let them make the decisions because these are who they're working with. Usually interview number 3 is the people in the office that are working in the office. Somebody high level plus 1 or 2 other team members who gets a chance to evaluate the people, because you want the people in the office picking who's they're going to work with. Okay. Trust me on this. Okay. You don't want oil and water mixing, not with your little assassin teams that work in the office. You do not. Okay. And trust me, if they don't like them, they will run them off anyway. And you wasted all that time. Trust me, let them make the decision. Okay. Have some input, but you're just a piece of the input. You are not the majority. You are just one vote. Okay. So interview number 3. And everybody gets texted, by the way. Everybody is texted. Nobody's called. Even the ones we take into interview number 3 are texted. Okay. And it's like, congratulations. Oh my gosh, we love you. We're scheduling you for the third interview. We want to do it on this day. I've got these openings, do you prefer can we do it this time? And I just give them the times. I don't give them options. Say, hey, can you do Tuesday at 11 a.m.? Whatever. Okay. Yeah, sure. No problem. Whatever. Okay. So, I get everybody scheduled, and it's one day, but I'm not the one doing it. So it's everybody else. And then at the end, they all corral, compare notes, and decide who they're onboarding. And that person basically gets the job description. And here's a kicker, bro. Please, for the love of God and all that's holy. Okay. When you onboard a team member, please build a job description, what this person's going to do, okay, on a day-to-day. And the most important thing, who the hell is managing this person, and what are the metrics you're going to use to manage the person? What are the KPIs, the key performance indicators? What are you using to hold this person accountable? Business owners are the worst because they hate HR and they hate this period. So they hire somebody that fogs a mirror. Okay, they don't even care if the person has the right talent or gift for the role. Okay. Then they don't have anybody that holds them accountable to making sure. Like when you hire the person, the most important thing that you can do is in that first 90 days, they're always on probation. When you onboard the person, put them through training, put them through orientation, okay? Make sure that they've got KPIs, they got metrics they're being managed against, okay? Everybody, if you want something managed, you've got to be able to measure it. What gets measured gets managed, period, okay? But here's the kicker. When you onboard somebody, do 30-day evaluations where we get feedback from them and their manager, okay? And this is what we tell every single team member when they come on board, because one of the most important aspects that you are not capturing with team members is the fresh eyes mindset. You have to understand, everybody gets used to their own smells and sight, okay? So, like, you walk into a friend of yours, it's an Indian family. They don't smell the curry, but you smell the curry. Are you tracking? Okay. So, if you've been in the same job for years, you don't see the inefficiencies, but new team members see the inefficiencies. Okay. Your job is, as soon as they come on board, you have to tell them this. You must tell them this. Okay. Just we're on the same page. As soon as you start, we are very big on feedback from our team members. And we especially love feedback from new team members because you come in with fresh eyes, a new perspective. And so, but here's our rule of thumb. If you come in, okay, as a new hire, you cannot say one word about something that you want to be more efficient. You can't. Your job is to put a note on your phone that says, like, notes, ideas. And so as you're doing something, you're like, okay, that's weird. I've done this 3 times already. I think we do it more efficient. You can't say a word about it. Your job is to write it down. That's it. Write it down. Every 30 days when we do our evaluation, we're going to compare notes. Here's what we're seeing. What are you seeing? And then we also want to hear your notes or your ideas that you've written down the last 30 days. Okay, great. We got 30 days done, 60 days done, 90 days. By 90 days, you already know this person's a team member or not. If they make it to 90 days, you're basically onboarding them. Your job is to get rid of this person within 30 to no more than 60 days. That is your number one job, is to can this person quick if they are not material, like team member material, whatever that looks like for you. Okay. Can it. All right. Now, what else? Okay. So we know we've got this person. We onboarded them. Okay. We came in, texted everybody, hey, congratulations, interview number 3. We sent the other text, hey, sorry, gifts and talents didn't perfectly align. We really like you. We're going to keep you on file. Perfect. Great. Okay. Then they go interview number 3. Then you figure out who you want out of the top 5. Let that person know. Come on in. As soon as they start training, orientation, give them the 30-day rule. You can't suggest anything. You can only write down the notes. You review with them 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. At 90 days, that's when it's like, okay, now we start implementing all the stuff you've been suggesting. Okay. Love this. Don't, this is something we're going to do now. This is something we're going to do, but it's going to be done a little later. All that stuff. And this is how you keep your business fresh. It's by fresh eyes, fresh evaluations, brah. You get this, right? I freaking told you today would blow your mind, your face, and your head off your body. I told you. Tell me, trust me, bro. Give me a like, subscribe if what you heard today you've never heard before. Drop a comment if what we talked about here was interesting. You have questions or whatever. And by the way, if you want to talk to us directly about this stuff, go to accountingplusaccountability.com, accountingplusaccountability.com. Schedule that there's a little gold button up there that says talk with Aaron. That's me. Talk with me. We'll talk about anything, strategy, consulting, this HR process, what that looks like. We'll talk about anything you want to talk about. I spent a week coaching, consulting with our owners, strategizing with our owners. I love it. It's why I'm here. It's my purpose. It's our purpose, actually, is to partner with you guys. And honestly, it's been our guiding light philosophy since the firm was founded in 1968. The only way that we're going to be here 20 years from now is to make sure that you're still here 20 years from now. You come first. The Mom Pop Venti shop is our entire universe. You guys are the sun, and we just rotate and revolve around you. You're everything for us. And I know you don't feel like it, but here you are, and you do. You are the star of the show here. So go to accountingplusaccountability.com. You'll be able to check us out. But what did you guys think of the show, man? Did you guys was it like insane? I knew you guys would love it. I knew it. Okay, but you guys know. I mean, if today, I don't know, man, talking about Plate 4 HR and our SOP, how we basically compress the HR process down to 1/10 of the normal time. It's one of my favorite things to talk about. But I hope today was like your favorite show, man. But here's the thing. If you guys think what we talk about here is hard, or you think that it's easy, you're right. Your job is to trust me when I tell you I do this every day. I do this all the time. I've done this for years and years and years, and it works. Your job is to trust. Okay. You think it's hard, or you think it's easy. Understand, you're right. You're right. Okay. I don't want you guys just working in your business, which is what you guys do every second of the day. You need to carve out some time to work on your business. It's important that you guys are minding your own business. All right, my beautiful peeps, you guys got the news, the tips and tricks. Now go own this day. I'm your host, Aaron Novinger, the Venti Business Guy, and you guys know what time it is. What time is it, people? Oh, it's time to get to work. Kapow!